Okay, guys, it has been quite a busy week and kind of weekend, and that's why I haven't made a video recently other than the podcast I released yesterday. But, now that I have some time, it is a couple of days late, but I am very, very excited to make this video. We are getting Von Miller on the Los Angeles Rams. The NFL has been really interesting the past couple of days. Everything with Aaron Rodgers, Von Miller, the whole Henry Ruggs situation, which that's just a mess on its own. The Rams releasing Deshaun Jackson, Odell Beckham Jr., essentially not on the Browns anymore. I don't know what's going on there either. But Von Miller was another big splash for the Los Angeles Rams. Usually the Rams find very sneaky ways to get all-star players onto their team. And how they got Von Miller, second, third round pick, and they still got the Broncos to pay $9 million of his $9,700,000 contract year. The Rams literally only need to pay $700,000 of $9 million. Les Snead and Sean McVay do it again. Guys, I'm very excited for this, and if you are a Rams fan, you should be excited for this too. You have Aaron Donald, Von Miller, and Jalen Ramsey. Aaron Donald is by far the best player in the NFL, especially at what he does. Jalen Ramsey is the best cornerback in the league. Not only is he locked down, but he can be placed anywhere on the field and still produce. Von Miller, sure, he's 32 years old. He is coming to the end of his career. Who really knows how much longer he has? He could go longer. Some of these guys who play those positions go to 36, 38. So I'm not saying Von Miller is the Super Bowl 50 MVP. I'm not saying he is still top 5 defender caliber, but you never know what can happen. Being on the Rams might give him some much needed rejuvenation, and that is possibly what's going to happen. Look, everyone wants to talk about how Von Miller is washed up, he's not the same, blah, blah, blah. We're going to hear this until he hits the field and proves people wrong. Von Miller was out for the whole year last year. Don't start acting like Von Miller is this injury-prone defensive end, because he's not. He had one really big injury last year that sidelined him for the entire year. It was a freak injury. I'm blanking on what the injury was right now. But it's not like Von Miller has gone through that his entire career. And then now, if you look at his stats, I'm pretty sure he was in the top 5 in the league for pressuring the quarterback. He still has good athleticism. He still has good twist and bend. He can still get to the quarterback. Now, put it this way. Aaron Donald is the most double or triple team defensive end or D lineman in the entire league. Not only does Aaron Donald still find ways to get to the quarterback or at least pressure the quarterback, what are you going to do now? You can't just keep doubling or tripling up Aaron Donald when you got Von Miller to the side of him. And let's be honest here, put some respect on his name, Leonard Floyd. Leonard Floyd is slowly turning this big 3 Rams defense into a big 4. So now what are you going to do? How are you going to stop this defensive line? And I'll tell you right now, if teams can find a way, if teams are stopping Donald, Floyd, and Miller on that line, hell, even Ramsey from blitzing, if you're finding ways to stop all 4 of these guys, I'm going to give you a round of applause right now. It won't be easy. This is 100% a Super Bowl move. We all know that the acquirement of Matthew Stafford was already a Super Bowl move. We knew that Super Bowl chances with Matt Stafford would have been higher than it ever would have been with Jared Goff. Yes, I know Jared Goff brought us to the Super Bowl back in 2018, 2019, but I will argue this right now that if it wasn't for Todd Gurley, we wouldn't have been in that Super Bowl. And it's not like Jared Goff was perfect that entire year. He was going for an MVP candidate that year. And then all of a sudden, after the bye week, he started to hit that sophomore slump that he can't seem to get out of. So with Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp trying to break Megatron's record and that entire offense just doing some beautiful things, now you add Von Miller to this defense. defense, bro. This has just increased the Rams' chances of making the Super Bowl, and I do believe in a lot of different betting sites or websites in general, this has now made them a top 3, if not a number 1 team to make the Super Bowl. Look, like I said at the beginning of the video, even if you don't want to consider Von Miller an all-star player anymore, you cannot tell me that he is not at least elite, and he will not contribute to this defense. And more good news for the Rams, we're now getting Darius Williams off of IR, so our cornerback issues are probably going to get a little bit better. Jalen Ramsey and Darius Williams are a good duo together. But I'm just going to say it right now, David Long Jr., he needs to go. They have tried way too long with this kid. They've kept him on the practice squad and have hoped for bigger things to come from him, and it is not happening. That guy gets burned all the time. He's not good with following through with wide receivers route running, and he just does not have good ball vision. But Dante Dion, I like that guy. Jalen Ramsey, Darius Williams, Dante Dion, cornerbacks. Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd, Von Miller. Come on, man. It can't get much better than that. We also will be having Justin Hollins coming back pretty soon, and he has been showing some flashes of dominance on the defensive end, so I'm really looking forward to that. Von Miller has 5 sacks on the season as of right now. It's only gonna heighten, because you gotta think, someone on that defensive line has to eat. It's 1, going to continue to be Leonard Floyd. 2, Donald, comes in, gets a little less pressure on him, and can now start to eat himself. Or Von Miller comes in, shows his dominant presence for this defense, and just ruins quarterbacks' days. Or, number 4, the 4th option, every single one of them finds a way to dominate offensive lines, running backs, and quarterbacks. One of those options has to happen, if not all of them. Something else I've heard, it is a rumor, so I don't know how much truth there is to this, but I have heard they're going to be capable of extending him when the season is over, and I would love that. I don't care if he's 32 years old. You don't get rid of talent like that. Look, the Rams have decided that draft picks, who needs draft picks? The last first rounder the Rams had, they used on Jared Goff in 2016. I'm not going to sit here and tell you he was a bust. I'm also not going to sit here and tell you he was a success. What I will sit here and tell you is he was not the best of options. The Rams don't care about draft picks anymore. And I understand the reasoning behind it. You use draft picks and, you're taking chances on these young kids out of college or university, and you don't exactly know what they're going to transform into. The Rams looked at their 2nd rounder and 3rd rounder that they traded for Von, and they said, are we going to get a diamond in the rough? Are we going to get a Von Miller out of the 2nd or 3rd round? Well, we're not saying it's impossible, but chances are not gonna happen. It's slim to none. So get rid of these draft picks. Get rid of the first rounders, because it can be easier to trade for superstars already in the league who need an out of their team or who want a change of scenery. And look, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because, sometimes you need to do it. Hell, the Rams are doing it currently right now with Jacob Harris and Ben Skoranek and Tutu Atwell. But instead of using a first round draft capital on a kid who is, usually going to have to develop into the NFL, he's a 1 to 2 year study case. Give that pick away for an already superstar in the NFL, and that is what they have done time and time again. Marcus Peters, Aqib Talib, Jalen Ramsey, Von Miller, the list could go on. I'm probably missing someone right now. But regardless, Brandon Cooks. But regardless, I like the way they do this. Sean McVay wants to be in Super Bowl ready mode every year. This is a big year for the Rams. A lot of people have them making the Super Bowl. I have them making the Super Bowl. I don't have the Rams making the Super Bowl every year. I didn't have them making it last year. I didn't have them making it the year before. I didn't have the Rams making the Super Bowl when they made the Super Bowl. But this year, yes, I have them making the Super Bowl. Look at their team, look at their roster. Even on paper, they have the best team in the league. And I know they were defeated by a very hot Arizona Cardinals team. I still think the Rams have a better team than Arizona Cardinals, and I think their second matchup against Arizona will show that. I also believe that if the Rams were to meet Arizona in the playoffs, it is a different game, and I don't think Arizona has the all-around team caliber to take on this Rams team. That's why they had to get rid of Deshaun Jackson. This guy only cared about stats. I mean, I won't sit here and pretend I know the full story on why he requested a trade and then eventually just got released. You know, Deshaun Jackson, man, come on. You're on a 7-1 team who's clearly trying to get to the Super Bowl and win a championship, and you're complaining about how you're not getting enough catches. I'm sorry, dude. Cooper Kupp, he's out here acting like another Megatron 2.0. You got Robert Woods, who doesn't just catch the ball, but he's a fantastic blocker and can run it like a running back. You got Van Jefferson, who, in my opinion, is starting to look like a mini Isaac Bruce. You also got Ben Skoranek, who showed great flashes in the Houston Texans game. Jacob Harris is slowly developing into an up-and-comer wide receiver tight end. Tyler Higbee, you know, he may not be the most flashiest tight end in the league and may not put some crazy numbers up like a Kelsey or a Mark Andrews or a Rob Gronkowski, but you always know Higbee's going to catch the ball and at least rack it for another 5 yards. You know, Deshaun, the reason why you're not seeing the field is because you knew your role. You knew you were only going to get a couple catches a game if you're lucky, and you knew you were just going to be the deep threat. But Van Jefferson is proving he can be the deep threat. Cooper can be the deep threat. Woods can be the deep threat. And unfortunately, Deshaun Jackson, nearing the end of his career, I believe just wants the personalized statistics. So he had to go. And now Von Miller on a Rams team, a team that believes there is no I in team, it is a we effort. Oh, Von Miller's going to help you. And he's going to help you big. And that's why I believe the Rams are going to be going to the Super Bowl. Okay, well, that's it for this video. All you Rams fans, NFL fans, T.M.M. fans, just everyone in general. I cannot wait to see Von Miller hit this field with his brand new number 40. And I can't wait to see what he contributes to this team. And I just can't wait to see if teams are capable of stopping this powerhouse, because I don't think it's gonna happen. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you like my content. I got a playlist of Rams videos that I'll put in the description below. You can click on that and watch that. But until next time, I will talk to you all very soon. And whose house? Rams house, baby. Let's get it.